Hello Grizzlies, it's Mr. Martin here. I want to take a moment for us to have a little tour of the building and welcome you to this 2020-2021 school year. It's going to be a different one, but we're going to make it great. Grizzlies, I'm now standing here between our Gudith entrance and the special service entrance right over here. This part of the building is where our Young 5 students and our kindergarten in-person students will be lining up every morning. So parents, you can park your car, walk your students to this area. You'll see Mrs. Stewart's sign is right over here, over my shoulder. Miss Van and Mrs. Weitzel are right over here, signs along the building, and this is where you'll line up. This is also the location where the teachers will bring the students out to you at the end of the day for our Young 5s and our kindergarten students. The other students will be in another location, which I'll show you in just a few moments. All right, Grizzlies, let's talk about buses just for a moment. The buses will pull up into this bus loop, and they will hold all the students till 9:05. At 9:05, the bus drivers will let the students out, and if you are a Young 5 kindergarten, you will go to your lineup spots with your teacher. If you're a 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade student, you'll walk around to the other side of the building where you'll see your teachers' names and signs, and you'll line up in those locations. If it happens to be raining on a particular day, we will have alternate locations inside the building, and we will teach the students where they are. Grizzlies, let's talk for a moment about the parents that are going to be dropping off their students. I'm asking you to please park in a spot, walk your child to their lineup locations, and I'm here on the other side of the building now where we will show you all of the other classrooms. Our 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th grades have particular lineup locations by their teacher's name over here by the patio and just beyond the patio. So I would like you to remember that this is the places that we are going to line up every morning and the places they will dismiss from every afternoon. Let's take a moment now, get out of the bright sun, get into the building, and see what the inside is going to look like for us this year. About ready to enter the building, and we need to remember, this year, safety first. We got to mask up. So Grizzlies, every time we enter the building, mask up. Here we go. Grizzlies, I'm standing here in the vestibule of the school, just inside the main doors. Big change this year for safety of all of our students and our staff members. No visitors will be allowed in the school. So if you need to pick up your child early or need anything from us in the school, you're going to need to call the school first, and we'll make arrangements to have someone meet you at your car or bring your student out to you at your car. I've sent you a QR code to sign out your students early. We're going to use that QR code when you're here to pick them up. That's how we know who came to pick up the students. Safety, of course, we'll be sure to check the IDs, and whoever picks them up still must be on their emergency card. Thank you for helping us keep everyone safe. Grizzlies, I'm standing here in the specials hallway, and this is where the students will line up for lunchtime. And as you can see on the floor, we have markings so we can keep them socially distant from each other, and we can keep them safe. But while we're here in the specials hallways, some people are asking about what are we doing about specials. Students will be traveling to their special classes, but those classrooms will be cleaned and sanitized in between each group. We have a very specific schedule and assigned duties to very specific people to make sure all of that happens for our students. Grizzlies, we're entering the cafeteria now. I just want to show you a couple of safety precautions that we have put in place for our students. Social distancing is a big concern of all of ours. And remember, we're social distancing to the extent possible we can here at school. So in the cafeteria, you're going to notice that there's teachers' names on all the tables. You're going to notice that there are spots where the students will sit. Every student will have an assigned seat in the cafeteria because we need to be sure that the students are sitting with their classmates and not mixing with the other students during our phase 4 time. Also, in the cafeteria, there will not be a salad bar this year. All the stuff will be served to them by our lunch staff. No self-serve things, again, during this time. Let's go take a look at some of the other places of the building where we put some safety precautions in place. Grizzlies, I'm standing here next to one of our bulletin boards. As you can see, our motto is Grizzlies are safe, respectful, responsible, and kind as we learn and grow. So we're putting things up in the building to remind students of that all the time. While we're down here, we're close to a kindergarten room. Let's go check one out. I'm standing here in room number 1, Mrs. Weitzel's classroom. This is what a typical kindergarten classroom will look like. See, things are spread out a little bit more. All the students will be facing the same direction. We have some spaces marked off for the different students to try to keep them in their own location. Remember, we will do our best to keep them as far apart as we possibly can at all times. I'd like to highlight some of the other precautions that we have in place. Each classroom has a cleaning kit and personal protection equipment. We have masks for the students if they forget one or one gets soiled. We have masks for adults. We have face shields and several other things here in the building because we want to be sure that everyone feels safe and secure while they're here at school. As we're walking through the hallway, and as we walk through our hallways this year around our school, we're going to be going in one direction. We hope that this will minimize the amount of time students pass each other and we can get the flow of the building going in the right way. We're entering the library right now. Our students will be able to go to the library. We won't start right away, but we will get them to the library and get books in their hands just as much as we can. Let's go visit a 3rd grade classroom. So we're standing here in the 3rd grade classroom, Ms. Corzette's classroom. And so you can see the desks are spread out. So we're giving the students as much space as we can. Each student will have their own supplies. If you sent them in from home, great. If you haven't, we're gonna have supplies here for the students because we're gonna make sure they're not sharing those things and sharing supplies. Students will stay in their own locations. And if they are seeing other teachers, the teachers will switch except for specials. So everyone, I hope you enjoyed our tour. I hope I answered some of your questions for you. And I hope that this year will be as great as we expect it to be. Take care, Grizzlies. Grizzlies are safe, responsible, respectful, and kind as we learn and grow. See you at school.